Hey guys, Josh here, and I got another dude review for you. And if you guys are wondering what the premise of the series is, it is that anytime someone reviews anything from a critic standpoint, they always review as to whether or not it's Oscar bait or it's award winning or all that garbage, not whether or not it appeals to a normal dude. But I'm a normal dude, so I'm here to review it to make sure it appeals to normal guys and let you know. So, anyways, today I'm jumping from movies over to TV, and we're going to talk about the Star show Spartacus, Blood and Sand. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to review this as a season because actually Spartacus, Blood and Sand, that title is just for season one. Then they had kind of like a half season, which I'll do later on, and that's called Gods of the Arena. And then third season, which just came out on DVD. But this one, Blood and Sand, is season one. And what it does is it follows the story of Spartacus, that same guy that you guys learn about in your history books or whatever. This kind of takes a look at his life, and the real Spartacus, not a whole lot is actually known about the guy. They don't really know like where he came from or how he ended up dying. They just kind of know that he was captured as a slave, turned into a gladiator, led a rebellion, blah blah blah. So, in this show, Spartacus is from Thrace, and at the very first episode, he is kind of captured, and his wife is taken from him, and he is sold into almost like a little like slavery gladiator type battle thing here, and with the intention of him just ending up dying to like the actual normal gladiators, but he ends up surviving. And the one of the guys who owns the ludus, his name is Badiatus. He actually purchases Spartacus, and then in effort of turning him into a gladiator. Spartacus isn't really down with that, and he just wants to like get his wife back. So Batiatus tells him that he'll help him get his wife and all this sort of stuff, and blah 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 blah. It's like I can't. I want to tell you more about the show. I can't really tell you all the stuff about it because if I do, I will ruin it for you. I mean, this is something you guys need to watch. But anyways, he becomes a gladiator. There's a bunch of other gladiators who was the one guy who was kind of like his main enemy to start out. His name is Crixus. He is the champion of Capua, which is the city in which they live, and he is the champion gladiator. He never lost before, or whatever. So they go back and forth, and then they end up having to team up to kill this giant ass like a guy that had never been defeated. They call him Death or whatever, and they end up beating him, and Spartacus ends up becoming the new champion. But then Spartacus finds out that his wife was murdered, and that turns him around into leading a rebellion to get out of the ludus to take on the Romans. And that, in a nutshell, is kind of the story. And I can't tell you more than that, or I will ruin it for you. You guys need to sit down and watch this yourself. The show is actually filmed kind of a 300 style, that movie, with a whole just about everything. Well, not just about everything but the people pretty much was green screen on a soundstage. And the first definitely the first episode I was like, man, this is I don't know if I like the show. Everyone's talking about how good it is, but this first episode was kind of weird. It seemed like filmed weird and all that sort of stuff. And then gave it another shot to get to the second episode, and that got a little bit better. And you know, at the point when it got to the third episode called that thing in the pit, holy shit, this fucking show becomes straight up fucking badass. It's freakishly violent. It's blood skirting everywhere. There's a picture right here. This is from the third episode where Spartacus, like, he gets taken into the pit. It's like an underground kind of cage fighting type thing where they fight to the death and you bet on him. This dude is wearing somebody else's face. He killed this guy, cut the dude's face off, and the next time he fights, he wears that guy's face that he killed beforehand. Where the fuck else do you see that? That is fucking awesome. The show has stupid amounts of blood, stupid amounts of violence. There is ridiculously hot people all over the place. They're in stupid ass shape, tons of them. There's a bunch of nudity everywhere. There's boobies everywhere. There's asses everywhere. There's freaking penises everywhere too. You got to deal with, but that's okay. There's enough boobies and ass and all that shit to take care of it. There's sex all the time. This is more shows need to be like this. It's freaking awesome. I can't even express to you how fucking badass this show really is. It's You guys need to watch this. You need to go. Don't even worry about renting it. Go buy it because it has the rewatch value that is crazy. I mean, it is awesome. But I haven't even told you guys who's even in this show. The guy that plays Spartacus, his name is Andy Whitfield, and it's a very unfortunate situation. He was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he ended up dying after the first season. So, I mean, I'll explain all that in future videos, but he only gets to play Spartacus for one season, but he is damn good at it. He looks ridiculous in the first episode with the long hair and stuff, but once they cut it off and everything, the way he plays Spartacus is awesome. John Hannah, who you guys know from being the brother in the Mummy movies, he's in it. He plays Batiatus, or Batiatus, however you pronounce it. He does an awesome job doing his job. His wife is played by Lucy Lawless, who is Xena Warrior Princess for all you a little bit older guys that remember that show from the 90s. That was on the same time as what that Kevin Sorbo show, it was Sinbad, or where the hell was this show? I don't know, whatever. Yeah, that was on the same time. She's in it. Um, this guy plays Crixus is Manu Bennett. He's like some most of the actors and stuff are Australian because the show is filmed in New Zealand. So I guess that's where they kind of got all the people from. But I mean, this show has stupid amounts of violence. It is entertaining the whole way, and you're more than likely going to end up crying in it if you pay attention to the show. It is written so fucking well that you will more than likely end up crying at one certain part, at least one part, because it's pretty tough. But the show is written so damn good. The acting is so damn good. The violence is so damn good. Everything about this show is good. I'm gonna have to give it. I wish there was a higher rating on the scale because this is a complete and utter, totally fuck yeah show. You guys have to see it, and it is definitely not a show for younger kids and all that stuff. So if you plan on watching it, make sure your parents are out of the house before you start watching it. So, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this view. Go buy it, watch the show, and love it because you will. It is awesome.